we should always treat people as equals.
Exactly.
Right? Don't look down on anybody.
Exactly.
Because that will it will hinder you for actually connecting with them. We can't do it all.
You know,
we tried though.
collaboration.
I'm not sure about this collaboration. That's obviously excluding me.
Mahal, handa kong maghintay.
Single alert!
Single minute, Shmingo.
Welcome everyone to one more Amigas podcast. Tanya, how have you been? Of course, I went to the beach. I got some sun, and then I kind of golden. What about you? What did you do on the weekend?
I had a spa day.
Whoa,
with a friend.
Nice.
It was a Korean experience, and it's
with a Korean friend.
Not a Korean friend, but we became very good friends because we're wearing our birthday suits.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a different level of friendship.
Ah, yes.
We didn't get to that yet. I'm not so sure if I'm ready.
You can't time these things.
It just happens.
It just happens naturally.
That's so true. But I love going to the beach because one of the things I do my vlogs. And that's a way that I'm kind of earning something nowadays, guys. And what they say, like, if you do what you love, you feel like you never work one day in your life.
That's
right?
nice. Yes.
That's what they say. So it would be so nice, Tanya, if this is like this podcast, this moment right now. I love doing this talk with you.
I love it.
I feel so light. I feel that I can just tell you anything without judgment. Wouldn't it be so nice that if this is the only thing we need to do actually to earn a living?
If Amigas was the only thing
I need to do
that we did
to earn a living,
a good, honest, high moral living,
to pay the bills.
Well, Pri, you know what they say. Shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you will land among the stars.
I like that.
That wasn't me.
Nice.
I would like to claim that. But it's a guy called Norman Vincent Peale.
Oh my gosh, you memorize the names,
Yeah,
huh?
Peale with an E at the end, everybody. Like
know-
Helen with an E. Beautiful. Add an E on the
I
end.
love those quotes. I really love those mantras, those quotes. But honestly, I'm not a big person when it comes to names. But speaking of, important people, this person that we're going to have today on the podcast
Is a star. Is a star. Yes. I said, shoot from the moon, will land among the stars. And we have a star, a very special guest with us today. Oh my goodness. Who has turned her passion into a very successful, thriving business.
That's so true. And she's like so many credentials. Oh my God, I need to read that, guys.
List them out. We want to hear them.
I wish I can have that many credentials
I'll
when
have what
people
she's
introduce
having.
me. Okay, exactly. So she's award-winning classical and crossover singer. She's a celebrity vocal coach, entrepreneur, and the founder of this very place that's home to Amigas podcast, the RMA Studio Academy, the first all-in-one creative in Asia.
We're in a hub, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Miss Jade
Hello.
Riccio.
Hi, hello everyone. Thank you so much for having me here today. To be facing such beautiful women today, surrounded by lovely energy.
Oh, that's wonderful to have you. Thank you so much for guesting here in
Thank you.
Amigas podcast and becoming one Amiga.
An honor. What an honor for me, amigas.
Yes, but wow, Jade. When it comes to this show, we are so blessed that we feel blessed, right? That we have this space, this beautiful space, to be able to, to have this kind of banter, to have this kind of community where we can actually talk about anything under the sun with this amazing space, the RMA Studio. And we're so grateful that you accommodated us and partnered with us. So, of course, we want to thank you in person and on cam for being so
you.
accommodating and so nice to
Anytime,
us.
girls.
Yes.
You guys
and
are
of course,
precious.
today, Kanya, what we'll be talking about is something that's very, of course, important to us. That's about turning your love into a business, right?
So, from your perspective, I mean, we're just going to jump straight into the business
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I
Just go. Jumps right straight in.
let's just do it. From your perspective, is it possible to love what you do? To turn your business, turn your passion into a business and just love it?
Yes, I think it's very much possible. If you like what you're doing, then it can be, you can be inspired, more inspired to make a business out of it. But of course, there should be enough research or enough experience. Like for me, I didn't just go into creating an all-in-one creative hub right away. I had like 15 years of performance. I've been a performer for 15 years now. I've started concertizing ever since I was like 19. So don't count because you'll see my age. So yeah, I mean, you can jump right into it, but with the amount of research that you also do and the experience that you have in that certain field, in that certain area. Because if you don't have any experience and just like, passion and love for it, then I think you're gonna be in a pickle. So it has to be both, I think, yeah. But very much possible.
That's very inspiring. I have a similar experience, but it's not about me. So you made this transition and you did it piece by piece. But did you just jump into it straight away, or did you kind of do two things at once to then ease your way in? Were you doing something else during the
Actually,
15 years of vocal?
As a Virgo, I don't know if we have Virgos here.
Virgo! What's your birthday date?
September 14.
Oh my gosh, I'm a 5th. September 5.
Oh, Virgos. We are known to be perfectionists.
Oh yeah, we are. Guilty.
Oh, see, there something like that, but not I'm not exaggerated like that, but I really tend to put order into things. So I plan ahead. I always plan ahead. So ever since I was, 17, I remember writing this line on my notebook that I want to be a performing artist one day, and I want to have a music school one day. I was 17 years old when I entered the conservatory. I was so inspired. So it wasn't just like that. It was pieces of those things that I've been wanting to do forever, and then I started doing it one thing at a time. Of course, by starting with enrolling at the UST Conservatory of Music, so I can train my my instrument, so I can be better at it. And then after that came, me being a performer and putting myself out there. I've been performing ever since I was 19. I've also been, helping my parents, being the breadwinner of the family ever since I was 19. Because, I started concertizing, and I was also a scholar of McDonald's Philippines. So my parents didn't, Sir George, thank you very much, McDonald's Philippines. Yeah, I actually auditioned for that so that my parents didn't have to pay for anything. That's why I was very hardworking. I had to rehearse from 5 to 9 p.m. with the choir so that I can retain the scholarship and maintain a high grade. So I graduated cum laude. Wow. So that I can, quite a nerdy nerd here. So yeah, it didn't just come right at me. The pandemic happened. So after the performing scene, what was put into a full halt, then people got bored. They wanted to do lessons. And I was like, why don't I give this a shot? So what I did inside my studio, my little, probably half of this room or even 1/4 of this room, I started coaching non-celebrities so I could, also earn, because it was pandemic. I needed to find a way to support my family as well and all that, and myself, So I started that, and then when I had a lot of students already, then came one celebrity. Her name is Erica Raimundo. She's the daughter of Ina. And then after that, when she started becoming better in singing, I recorded her. I was the videographer as well. I was the coach. And then one of my shooters
Very Virgo,
here.
by the way.
Yeah, I know, doing everything. I know, but hey, I did that.
One woman band.
I know, exactly. I know you can feel me. I can feel your energy after here. But then I only had an editor. So I would do everything, shoot, coach, record. I even learned how to record, the software and all that. I did that, and then the only thing I didn't do was edit the video. It's another talent, I think.
It's a lot of time.
It's a lot
actually.
of time, so I
got
don't
to
have that
also.
much.
It's a lot of time.
So I gave it to one of my shooters who still works here in RMA, thank the Lord. So yeah, after that, I had an idea. I had an epiphany. I was like, if I can do this in one room, and then after the celeb came in, then came my Maya Entrata, she's my second celebrity, then came the song Macabugera, which did like a global, worldwide hit. And then after that, the rest is history. Now I have like 50 celebrities under me and around like 400 students in RMA. But again,
wow.
it didn't start me just, what if I do a creative
It was
hub?
really, there's a plan.
Yeah, I was like
in your
thinking,
head.
if I can shoot, if I can coach, and then I record, and then someone edits, and we put up a cover, it sounds like live, it sounds like a business thing. So I started doing that. So if you can look at the page of RMA YouTube from the first few weeks or months we've started it, the video is still different, like the cut is still, the ratio of the videos is still different.
It went block by block by block, and you built it. You didn't
Yeah,
wait
I
till it was
know.
perfect.
So
Yeah.
it is very possible.
Yeah, it's
to make
very
your love, your
possible.
passion,
It is very
a business.
much. Yes.
In your case, a successful business.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Congratulations. Well, from my perspective, I really think that, yeah, it is possible. Just like Jade, it doesn't mean that every passion that you have or everything that you love, you can turn into business. But of course, that's the time that you need to put your brains in action and analyze what Jane did. Okay, Jade, she analyzed it and see what are the ways that I can make this work and how should I start, and then you don't need to start like big, you can start conservative first.
Yeah, I started with myself, and then I had around like 25 students by that time, and then a lot of inquiries still because of the celebrities. Of course, I couldn't handle the volume, so what I did was I spoke to one of my best friends in college. I asked her if she wanted to earn a little bit extra. I'm gonna refer students to her, but it's gonna be under me.
you.
So I thought of RMA, Ritual Music and Artistry. So I was telling my friend, would you like to earn a few bucks? Because I cannot teach all these students anymore. There's just too many of
Look
them.
at you scaling. You were literally
I know.
scaling.
From one coach, now we have 27 coaches.
Imagine.
Oh my goodness, I'm just so impressed. You have a couple of ingredients though, and it's this burning passion.
It's hard work, if I may say so myself.
Hard work that comes
As
from
a
the
Virgo.
entrepreneur.
Believe. You need to believe what you're doing.
Yes.
That comes from the entrepreneurial spirit though, because everyone
Yes.
has something they love, whether
Yeah.
it's cooking or art or teaching or singing like you. Have we actually said what Jade's instrument is on the show yet?
Not yet, but I think
It's
based
voice.
on the
It's voice. It's voice.
based on her connection early, I think it's
Yeah.
it's obvious. Yeah,
It's voice.
It's the voice, which I
It's
think
voice.
it's the most important one.
Thank you.
Well, I didn't exactly start in a similar way. I had this burning passion just to help people. I didn't know what it looked like. I didn't know what business. I was a 6-year-old laying on the shed roof of my parents' backyard, looking up at the sky, watching the sunset, thinking, what am I going to be doing as a 7-year-old?
Talk about overthinking.
Correct.
What's your
Pisces.
zodiac sign?
Pisces, I've been deep since, for as long as I can remember, since the waters of the womb. Anyway, so since the tears that flow down my face as an adult. So I was thinking, what do I want to do? And I was very much shaped by my parents' desires for me. And I think a lot of people put what they love aside
Yeah.
to help others and follow in the footsteps of what their parents did or what their parents didn't have in order to have a better life. And so that's how I started.
Yeah.
I became a lawyer. I used to draw, I used to dance, I used to make up lyrics, I used to design dresses.
Yeah, very artsy, fartsy,
So
creative
artsy,
girl.
such an artist.
Such an artist, if I may
Such
say
an
so
artist. I had
myself.
collections of books and I'd add like material to it. As a child, my parents didn't see that as a lucrative, and bless them, they didn't see it as a lucrative vocation. So Tanya, become a lawyer because you'll be safe that way
Yeah.
No one's ever really safe, by the way, because the
Exactly.
markets change.
Yes.
It's just business.
Yeah.
And through going peeling back the layers of society's expectations, family expectations, I actually came back to myself. And that is coaching. It's
Yes.
exactly what I do now. And
You're still helping people out.
it's exactly that. It's like I've come back to myself and
Yeah,
called it
it's
Tanya
almost-
Leslie High Performance Coaching. Is literally my passion.
Yeah,
as
that's great.
my business.
You
But it
know,
took me a while.
very-
But it took me a while.
On my side, I always wanted to be a doctor.
Oh, really?
Yes, actually-
Doctora Priscilla?
Yes, Doctora Priscilla. And I actually went through that passion. My family is all business oriented. We have business back home. They wanted me to run the business, but my love was into being a doctor. I don't know. I just, since a
I didn't
child.
see that at all.
Since a child, I want to be a
Unexpected.
doctor. I want to take care of
Unexpected.
people. You know, it's just like
As
a
a
passion of
Virgo.
mine. It just happened that somehow, life took different turn.
Yeah.
And I dropped school. I dropped from school because I went into pageantry. I became successful there. It brought me all the way in Asia.
Yeah.
And then I started a totally different career. But you know what? That was my passion. I could definitely have done that as a business.
Yeah.
Make that as a business. My love for medicine, for science, to
Yeah.
make that into a business. But life just happened, and I
Exactly.
found myself loving something that originally it's not what I intended to do for a living.
That's great.
And then I still making that a business. So it is possible. I think
Yeah.
the important thing is really the intention, and make sure to check with your heart.
Exactly.
Where is your heart at?
Yeah. That's
Because
the most important thing.
because if you love or learn to love what you're doing, I think the more chances are that you actually become successful
Yeah.
in any business that you adventure, because your heart will be 100% there.
Yeah.
You're gonna give your all.
Exactly.
There are no big sacrifices. Even the nights
Yeah.
that you don't sleep enough, it's not gonna be a sacrifice because you
Exactly.
actually enjoy.
You get energized. You get energy from
you
it.
get inspired.
Exactly.
You get motivated.
You know, my parents would always tell me, specifically my dad, don't do anything for money. I was raised like that. So in my mind, I'm not gonna do anything for money. So I was raised like that, pouring my heart into my passion. And then because of that, because of the way I was raised, not, thinking about the money just came because I was just working so hard in my passion. And, here we are. It's not a gentle ride.
Of
It's
course.
a roller coaster, ride of a ride. It's the most...
Did you scream along the way?
Oh my God, not just scream. My lungs were just out. No, it's the most difficult thing I've ever experienced in my life, but the most exciting one as well.
Yeah, so I think, I love what you said. Don't do anything for money.
Yeah.
And actually, that's something that I believe deeply.
Yeah.
You
I mean, it's important. We need it. But if that's your number one,
The-
then you will always do something that you actually do not like or love that much
Yes.
because you need a monthly something that, that you can have.
Yes.
There are many people who do that as a short-term thing.
Yeah.
Though. So they're entrepreneurial, but their passion is multiple businesses.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily they could be selling diapers.
Yeah.
Coffee, but that's not their
Exactly.
passion. They may not have a baby or drink coffee.
Exactly.
But they understand what that gives to their customers, their
to
clients.
society, yeah.
And what they get from that is rewarding, seeing a
Yeah.
portfolio of different things. So,
And-
yeah.
I think nowadays it's just not one business. You do one business that generates money, and then some people do like other left and right, freelance, or
Yes.
you do other small businesses that you can share with other people.
Because you cannot put yourself in a box also.
yeah, exactly.
right?
You cannot do one thing. Like
Yeah,
for
it's
me,
nice
I
to
don't
have
just
spread your eggs, different
Yeah,
baskets,
ah,
because you don't know what you're
exactly.
gonna happen in the future. Like with the
Exactly.
pandemic, for instance, right? A lot of people, they really needed to pivot their business, and then they realized that adjust. Yeah, they realize that actually it's smarter to have different source of income. But it doesn't mean that you need to do things that you hate. You
Yeah.
can do something that you're not. It's more practical, maybe safe, but you can still indulge the things that you love and love
it has
what
to
you
always
do.
be balanced. Otherwise, if you just do something that generates money and without doing things that you actually love, you'll just
it
be
drains
burnt
you.
You're so burnt out.
Exactly.
You know, you have
So
to
while
do-
RMA wasn't part of your initial vision, because it was built block by block, brick by brick,
by brick,
offering by offering, who walks through the door now? Like, you have a varied clientele.
Yes.
Come
you know,
on.
by the grace of God, the Lord Almighty.
Let us know.
I know
Who you
we
might
have
just
a
see
total of-
walking by the
No, we have Asia's, Manila's superstars here, the most famous celebrities, like we have quite a lot of students
Can
who
you
are
drop any
high profile.
names?
We have Maya Entrata, we have
Okay.
Zia Dantes, we have Vivory, we have Max Collins, Rian Ramos, Scarlett Bello.
They have Priscilla
Natasha-
Meirelles.
Priscilla Meirelles.
In the
I'm
future.
the daughter of
Okay,
Priscilla
Jade,
Meirelles
I
as
will
a
challenge
guitarist.
you. If you can make me sing, you can make anybody sing, okay?
Oh.
I'm something else, I'm telling you.
A lot of people told that
Even
to
you
me
look
as
scared.
well. A lot of people has told me that, but as soon as I hear them, as soon as we work on their voice, it really changes. Anyone can learn. I cannot forget what my mom asked me way back when I performed for the very first time, like the classical field. She was like asking me, "Can anyone sing?" And that what really was carved in my mind, because she saw my progress from like the jazz very low, sultry, husky voice, from doing that to classical and just doing super high notes and powerful notes. And then she asked me after the recital, "Can anyone sing?" I'm like, wow, pang beauty queen. So yeah, that's what really fueled me na, can anyone actually sing? And that's what inspired me, because I was like the guinea pig. I tested myself. I had lack of technique. My coaches, my voice teachers, I did master classes abroad and all that. So in order to really build
get where you are now.
I also have to, of course, you can't just build a business. You also have to have a certain reputation. So
course.
I had to build my name. I had to be a classical performer. I have to brand myself as Asia's Jewel. And then after that, then I ventured into business. It's just like not me.
Yes.
In business, it's actually quite interesting. The leaders and the sales professionals and performance marketing people I work with, they ask me about presentation skills, and they often think, "Oh, is my PowerPoint right? Is my flow right?" It is, but their presentation, their personal performance, isn't compelling. So they're monotone. They don't use any melody in their voice. Their volume is in the back of their throat. Or they sound too much like they're talking to someone from a hotline giving you a reading into your third eye, from your chakra.
And then you fall asleep.
And then you fall asleep.
5 seconds after they open their mouth.
Yes, and why am I not influential, Tanya?
Yeah, exactly.
And so this is a huge, so anyone listening
Aspect.
in business, where you rely on relationship building, hello everyone, internal stakeholders, external stakeholders, your voice is your instrument.
Exactly.
And it does help to
Yes. I just had a concert last February 6 with the Manila Philharmonic Orchestra, and then after that I released an original song that I composed. So when I do that in my career, and I also take care of my career, and I also put myself out there more and more, then my students become inspired. And if they
Right.
are inspired, they will want to do more. They will want to do better. So
That's
of
right.
course, when they are inspired, they will really do a lot better. So we will, because of that, because of the result, we will draw curiosity in people now. Oh my God, they really have the nicest talents there. So, it's really that you cannot just focus on the business side. You also have to work on
the
yourself
passion.
and be
And
seen.
being seen.
If
But like,
the-
what is the most memorable moment that you've encountered so far in your career?
Probably when I last year 2024, when I got the Hall of Fame award, Aliw Awards Hall of
Oh
Fame.
wow! Congratulations!
I can't keep
Belated
up.
congratulations!
I know.
I can't keep up, Priya.
Right.
What is going on?
No, I was.
I'm gonna go home and get all my crowns.
Just to remind
I'm feeling a
myself.
little insecure, guys. I don't no. I'll give you my sash.
I love that. I'll have the sash. I'll do
The crowns.
No,
my
it's
goodness.
because you mentioned earlier the classical award, the crossover award.
Yes.
When you reach a certain X number amount of awards, you
What is
reach,
next?
there's no more. So there's Hall of Fame, meaning I can no
Wow.
longer win in that certain
That's the
category.
category. Okay.
So it's basically them kicking me out. You won too many times.
Time to pack your things, go.
Yeah, I
Jade.
think that
You
one,
don't
'cause-
belong here anymore.
Exactly. Because this was like asked.
Give chance to others. Too much already,
having the
girl.
limelight.
Take your prizes, take your trophies, go home.
So yeah, I'm so honored to have that award. You know, I'm also young, and it really makes me reflect on how I was raised, how my working habits have finally paid off.
That's
And I would
delicious.
always say that. And you know what? My dad is my greatest mentor. He would always tell me, if you feel tired, that's okay.
Yeah, it's
You
part of the
rest.
job.
Yeah,
But
it
you
is part
know, of course, you have all those awards, and it's amazing to be able to accomplish such things,
Thank
to get to
you.
the point where you actually feel like, whoa, this all paid off. But what about the struggles to get there?
Oh my
Right.
goodness.
I have a
The-
specific one though, because we could probably be here for like
Yeah.
10 days. I'm
Yeah.
no Pisces melodrama here.
You're my best friend, Pisces.
Hello.
Hi, P.
So for business, especially being an entrepreneur, through part of it solopreneur, then scaling and growing and listening to your customers and clients and pivoting and advancing, you tend to collect a lot of hats. And I'm a hats girl. I love a good hat. I should start wearing some for the show. Love a good hat. You wear all the hats, and your work is extremely creative.
Yeah.
And I've got elements in my business, you have elements in your business,
Yes.
Pri, where it's extremely creative. So we're working in the business, delivering the work, and then we're working on the business.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
having that map view of what's going on, where we could go and pioneer and next mountains to climb. How do you
I
balance
know.
business and retain your creativity?
Yeah.
Really?
What's the secret
You know,
sauce?
every time I get interviews, this is like the number one curiosity of everyone, I guess. But again, I will go back to the way I've been ever since I was a kid. I've always studied so hard. I've always been hardworking. I've been an honor student ever since I was a kid up to the day I graduated. I did cum laude. So I think it's also, I did my first concert tour for 6 months in the US. I was 19 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
6 months away from
Yeah,
home?
yeah, exactly. I was
Wow.
19, so you know I had to mix
Deal,
and match my
yeah,
I had to deal with
emotions.
everything. So I think at a very young age, I already started with balancing my time. I think I've lived my life doing everything time management, you know, as a Virgo.
Yeah, but how do you keep that creativity going on?
Yeah.
Because I like, for example, this February I did a concert. I have to stay creative. I have to learn songs. I have to do concerts. I have to do shows, because if not, I cannot just do one thing. That's just me. I stay creative by writing songs, which I just released last February 7. And I did a concert with Manila Philharmonic Orchestra, because if I do not concertize, it's gonna limit my inspiration, and it's gonna limit my students' inspiration to be inspired by their coach. More than anything else, I think,
It's visibility.
yeah,
Visibility.
if they see me perform, they also have this tendency to probably imagine themselves, I want to be like my coach, you know? Because that was exactly how I was. I was just like watching my teacher, my voice teacher back in college, at the Aliw Awards. And then seeing her win the best classical performer, best crossover, or all the awards. And then, after X amount of years, fast forward, I won the Hall of Fame. It's so surreal
Oh,
for
wow.
me.
But okay, bring me to one day in your life. Is it work,
Not
work,
at
concert?
all.
You know,
How do you split it
teaching,
up?
coaching.
Okay, I do coachings probably 3-4 times a week, probably 3 times a week, but like in full like
Full
full
day.
day.
Full day.
So from 11 a.m. up to like 7 p.m.
Girl,
or
I'm
sometimes
tired already.
more. But you know why? Because I have to be there for my students, and they're not just like beginners. Most of my students, if not all, are already performers. So sometimes I'm at a performance, they will call me, Coach, I'm so scared. What should I do? I'm gonna be performing soon. I lost my voice. What should I do? So it's like switch off coach mode, switch on performer mode. So it's like,
Is there time for Jade?
oh, yun na nga. Yes, there is time for Jade, of course.
Where in the
But
week?
I know where in the week.
When do you find it?
Sundays.
Sunday.
I do
Okay.
Sundays, and then probably like Mondays. It's also considered like a Sunday for me. I get to organize my thoughts. I get to plan my week ahead.
So that's when you get creative.
Yes.
That's your creative, like-
I'm actually creative every day. Even if I do lessons with my students, I take videos and then I edit it after. Probably I can do something after watching it or something like that. I always try to stay creative.
What
no
does
matter what I
motivate you?
do.
Like what inspires your creativity? How do you?
I think it's also my students because they always tell me, Coach, why don't you sing that one in public? Or why don't you compose songs? Or sometimes I teach them how to compose, or I teach them like small things like that. And then they always tell me, you always tell us what to do, but you're not releasing songs as well, in a joking way.
They're keeping you accountable.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I should practice what I preach. So here I am, doing concerts, releasing original songs. So I have been following your orders. So you study well.
That's wonderful.
You heard it from the boss.
Yeah, I think everybody's dream is really to love what they do. But what if you cannot choose? Okay, you
Yeah.
cannot choose what you love to do for a business.
Yeah.
How do we go about it? Is it still possible to love what you're doing, even if it's not your first love or your passion?
Even for a living.
Yes.
Like we do for a living. We've all been, well, maybe you haven't, but I've been there. We've been doing jobs to help pay my school books, to help pay my university fees.
Yeah.
And I didn't like being a bartender. It was fun pouring the beer. Not
think
fun
you
not
should-
getting tipped, but you know. how,
Do you think it's possible? Like to do something,
It is.
and
it is.
even if it's not your passion, like
Yeah.
what if you needed to do a business but it's not
What if
about
I'm a
singing,
lawyer?
if you're a lawyer?
I think it's very much possible, but at the same time, we are gonna go back to being multitaskers. I think it's not just one thing you should focus on. This probably may give you funds for the month, but you have to keep on trying. For me, probably what I will be doing is I'll save money from this very income
Profitable,
generating
yeah.
one, and then I will save it for probably I can do something with the things I'm passionate about. Online is such a huge thing now. If you like clothes, I don't know, do something with clothes. If you like makeup, do something with makeup. If you like creativity, do something with graphics. I don't know, but something that you like or love doing, because eventually it will be like helping each other, helping both businesses hand in hand. So I think it's that, because I can't
Yeah, I
imagine myself just being a coach. I have to be a performer at the same time for my sanity. I have to go out with my friends. I have to be with nature, be with my family. I spend time with my family every Sunday. So
that's wonderful.
That's my me time. Yeah.
So what
I
about
love
you, Tanya?
that.
Do you think it's possible?
if you don't choose what you do,
Yeah, if what you're doing for a living is actually not your love,
yeah, like a
can
forced,
you-
yeah.
eventually, get to love what you're doing.
I think so, actually. And in this high performance world that I'm in, it's even if you love, look at it from this perspective. Even if you love what you do, there's elements in the job that you're gonna not like.
Yeah, that's
You're gonna. That's a daily that you can't give to someone else to do, exclusively delegate. You have to do it. And when that happens, I say this to myself when that happens for me, but also to my clients, find something in that to love. Whether it's the fact that you get to leave the office,
Right.
breathe some fresh air. Yes, apply the lippy again. Whether you can get your favorite tea on the way, like do something. Think about the effect, the impact that has on
Right.
people. Updating your Salesforce or whatever your customer relationship management online tool is takes you half an hour, you hate it. But guess what? Everyone else in the team has information. They're on the same page as you. You've just helped them, and you've shared information that's going to help them in making their lives easier. If you don't love a certain part of what you sell, it's like, well, maybe I'm not super into this kind of technology that I sell, but I see how my clients smile.
So you really love helping people. I can see it. I love it, Tanya.
I think it's our responsibility.
Yeah, that's
we have
true.
to find it. If not,
Spoken like a coach.
what are we? We are victims.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to do this. I can't. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. No, I get to do this.
Exactly.
That's a great
I get
perspective
to
Tanya.
do this.
Yes,
Cool.
I love that mindset. And
Giving
I,
myself shit.
and I think that,
just got
yes, I agree with
goosebumps.
the three of you. It is very possible to end up loving what you do. Maybe you may, how you said, not love the entirety of it, but you can always look for something to love into the midst of all. And I think the difference, what you're going to take that, it's your attitude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Perspective is everything
It's
in
all about
everything that you do.
perspective.
So you can choose to wake up 8 in the morning or 6 in the morning and say, damn it. Or you can choose to wake up the same time and say,
a beautiful
thank you, Lord, I'm alive.
Coldplay.
Right? So it's really a matter of perspective, guys. Just, if you choose to like, you will like. If you
Yeah.
don't, you don't.
Exactly.
And just make it work. Make it
Exactly.
work. And it's great what you said, that you can, maybe just put that as the main income in the side hustle. You get some extra money, play with the things that you love doing, and
Play.
especially multitask, right?
Yes. Play
And then
again.
get pleasure from those things, and eventually you don't
Life
know.
is short.
It's
You
very
have to
short.
balance it.
I think also we take the stuff very seriously. I mean, if we
Yeah,
just,
it's true.
we have a saying in high performance, bring the joy.
True.
You
Love that.
bring the joy. When you walk in, use the door frame as the trigger to go, I'm here. And bring it.
I love this smile.
love
Can I
it.
come
Bring it in.
I'm here.
I'm here. I've arrived. Everyone
Okay.
calm down. Everyone calm down, calm down, calm down. There could
energy has arrived.
There could be
Yeah.
no one in the room.
Yeah.
But you have just hyped yourself up. The way you
Yeah.
write your email, the way you send the next message, the way you make the call to whoever
Yeah.
is going to be in a different spirit.
That's true.
And you enjoy it.
Exactly. But okay, I have some practical tips actually.
Yes.
To help you. It's 8 ways to love what you do, guys. So pay
Wow,
attention. Okay.
look at that.
First thing, you need to love what you do by knowing what you love. How can you know, right? If you don't love something, if you actually don't know what you love. So knowing yourself, your talents. Because how could Jade be able to explore that if she did not know that that's her passion?
It's so for this, it's follow your excitement.
Exactly. Feeling, guys. Number 2, delegate. Once you know what you do and you don't love to do, make a plan. You may have, you may be in a job that eventually might not you don't write emails. Just get someone to do that. Right? Not everything's everybody's cup of tea. So you can actually delegate things that you don't like about your job to other people that might even be better than you.
Or maybe it is their job. but
It
you're
is their
hogging-
job.
You're
Exactly.
hogging a lot of the work. I've seen this time and time again. People are afraid
Oh,
to make
yes.
themselves redundant. But really, I've seen this with my leaders, when you enable, when you empower others to do a better job, they shine.
Oh,
That's so
yes, that's very true. That's why I always try to lead by example. I think that's the best thing to
Yes.
do, no?
Help others shine. really.
Exactly.
And then you shine.
Exactly.
Yeah, perfect.
And the number 4 is my favorite one.
So we all
It's-
shine.
Let's all shine.
3, 2, 1.
Number 4 is my favorite one. It's always, guys, practice gratitude.
Yes.
Big
Being
one.
grateful for what I said about early. Waking up at 6 in the morning, it might not be your ideal wake up time, but you know what? Be grateful that you're awake. There is a very bright sun out there, and just try to enjoy as you go along. Be grateful for everything that happens during the day, because it means that you're alive.
There's a game you can play with yourself for that. And that is, I say, game gratitude. What kind of G-spot is this? So this is about finding
Am I on the right podcast?
what gives you pleasure, really. What made you feel so happy yesterday, for example?
Exactly.
Reflecting. Was it the smell of your coffee? Was it the fresh notebook? Was it someone's smile at the bus stop?
Yeah.
Those things, and actually, the more you find, your brain is a self-fulfilling organ. You will start to find more of that in your life. You'll start to find more things to be grateful for. Suddenly that becomes more of your predisposition.
Yes, that's
Love
so
it, Pri.
true.
What have we got next?
You got to love your team. Again, make sure that the people around you are actually people that you love, because isn't it horrible to be working with people that you don't like?
Yes.
We don't need that kind of toxicity around us, right?
But what if you can't choose your job and you can't leave your job, but you have the toxic people around you? Then what?
Always,
Oh, wow.
I think you should just always choose to be the nicer person,
Yeah.
because you know
Okay.
they will be affected as well. Like, oh, she's so nice.
So you
Let's
take
try.
control by
Yeah.
changing
The
Myself.
behavior,
Yeah.
and leading by example.
Yeah,
I love
because it
that.
won't change anything if I talk to them or if I create more tension. So I
Yeah.
just, you know, don't mind them. You just do your work by being mindful as well and being sensitive and all that. And if you don't like them, then leave after work. Or maybe you don't know them that much yet. Maybe
To even
spend time
decide,
with them,
yeah.
you know.
I think love, it's subjective, and actually it's a choice.
Yeah.
I think following love may not be, but loving something or someone is actually a choice.
It's a commitment,
Yeah,
isn't it?
It's a
is.
commitment.
Yeah, it is.
So you just find something to love about them.
Yeah,
You try,
exactly.
right? You
They
try.
can't be all 100%
Exactly
bad. So sad.
Well, actually, if you want some help on that, we do have an episode on how to set boundaries, which is
Oh, yeah, I saw
my
that.
sneaky way of saying how to set standards, actually, because when you communicate standards, whether it's kindness, transparency, generosity, honesty, and use those words in your communications with others, you're actually setting the tone. That tone becomes the invitation
That's true.
for others to meet you at.
Yes.
Right? And if they don't want to play nice with you, that's their choice. And
That's so
if
true.
this continues on for an extended period of time, this is how you know when to quit.
Yeah.
When to start looking for an
Yes.
environment that is more supportive of the person you're becoming.
And that's a new episode about when to know when to quit.
Yeah.
Or walk
Did you
away.
like that, Bri?
But anyway, let's go to my next one. So you need also to find your support network. Right? That's very
Yes,
important,
so
guys.
important.
So important to find your support network.
Can't do things alone.
Cannot.
You always
No
have
man
to
in
have
no
someone.
man is an island. So
Yeah.
we really need to recognize that even that we're Virgos,
Yes.
we can't do it all.
You know,
we try though.
collaboration.
I'm not sure about this collaboration. That's obviously excluding me.
Sorry, I thought you're swimming somewhere, in the deep of the ocean.
Yeah, I'll be gone. I'll be gone. I'll be gone.
Yeah, but of course, another one would be, we need also to understand all should be winners. You need to consider everybody a winner. So that you can actually be able to enable them also to love what they do or to start loving what they do. So we should always treat people as equals.
Exactly.
Right? Don't look down on anybody
Exactly.
because that will be also it will hinder you for actually
Yeah.
connecting with them.
Absolutely. Being
And
of
you know,
service.
I think the staff is also the success of a company. That's it.
Big
I think
time.
that's
Of
the
course.
secret ingredient. You have to have a great staff under a company. It cannot be just you and your mind and your
Yes.
powerful connections. It has to be
It's a
the
team.
team has to be
Yes.
great. They made RMA. I'm just like the one who started it all, but the team who is with me, they're sustaining it to a certain quality of our branding, So
True.
they put RMA there.
Exactly.
So I'm just like, maybe the face of it.
Exactly.
Just kidding.
And what a beautiful face it is.
No, but yeah, it's all
that's
them.
very
I really
important
salute
to
them, yeah.
actually recognize everybody's roles and just treat them as equals because we're not just 100% all the time good at everything.
Oh, yeah.
So you need those people to actually come and join your team so that you can be all winners.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, it's important that you reframe challenges. Sometimes, a challenge comes, let's just reframe it.
Yeah.
You know,
Extra
it's
challenges.
exactly, just
Unlock.
reframe them.
Yeah.
And in the end of the day, it's all about choice. That's the last one, guys. It's about choice. You need to choose to love what we're doing, because if you decide that you don't, there is no way anywhere you're
can
gonna be stuck.
survive.
You cannot.
Yeah.
You
No.
cannot. It's
Have
really
to
like
be constantly evolving.
There'll be new problems when you reach a new level. So
Exactly.
that attitude is
Always.
Even
really
if you do
important.
things that
Always.
you love, there
Yeah,
are still gonna be
always.
problems. So
Always.
it's gonna be like that everywhere you go.
Constantly, welcome to life.
Welcome to
but
adulthood.
I have now a very special, I'm excited because we have something very special for you.
Is it the
Game.
Earner!
Let's play a game.
I'm scared
Okay.
now. That's like a scary way of putting out a game.
So we're gonna have a rapid fire with you, Jade.
Ooh!
So we're gonna ask some few questions, and we're gonna give you just few seconds to answer whatever comes to your mind.
Oh, no.
Okay,
And
so
it's
I
rapid
feel
fire,
so
so get
it's really
ready.
rapid fire. You need to be fast,
All
girl.
right,
Go
all
for
right.
it.
Let's
Okay,
get it
so let's
on.
start. Okay, so are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so here we go.
I think.
If you could only sing one song for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Como la flor, con tanto amor, merisme tú, se marchitó,
wow.
me marchó, y Dios se perder, pero ay, como me duele.
I wanted to sing
You
that.
know, that's
Oh
my
my God. I was
favorite
about to
song
destroy
from
your song.
Selena.
That's
It's my
beautiful.
first
I
musical
love the movie.
influence.
I love
My
the
dad
movie.
asked me to watch it, and I was
That's
like,
beautiful.
I want to be like her.
That is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Okay, number 2.
Who is your dream duet partner?
Wow!
Rapid fire, girl.
Oh, is this already it?
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
goodness! Philippines or international?
It's up to you.
Lea Salonga.
Oh, nice. What one thing people don't know about you?
I am very athletic. I am a varsity of a lot of things. I am also a golf champion. I am also a track and field champion, badminton champion. I'm not kidding. I was an athlete before I went to music.
Oh my God, you really
wow.
are an
That's where
amiga.
the discipline comes from.
That's how we get along. Okay,
Yeah.
next. If you could steal or borrow, right, anybody's voice, who would it be
Oh
and
my
why?
goodness! Wow, such Celine Dion.
Oh my God, me too.
got some more goosebumps.
I mean,
Oh my gosh, she's
who
amazing.
doesn't want her voice? Period.
That's it, Celine.
That's it.
Okay, now if you could only have one of vocal effect, what would it be?
What do you mean vocal effect?
Like
vocal,
any vocal effect,
classical?
anything. It's up to you.
Probably classical because it's my root. It's where I started. It's the foundation of singing. It's how I appreciated music more, and it's where I learned to sing all the genres.
Okay, can you give us a little?
classical?
Yes.
My goodness. All right, here we go. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots dits tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Thank you very
Oh
much.
my!
That's beautiful.
I have like goosebumps in my face.
And
Is
that's
that
something,
normal?
something I'll never be able to do.
And speak French. Oh my God. That is. Oh my God. Okay. Karaoke song. Oh, a song. Any song that describes your life right now.
My life?
Yes.
OMG, I don't know. Describes my life. Oh, I know my original song right now.
Okay.
Because
Tell
I
us.
am single. It talks of like a, but it's Filipino. It's
Guys,
called
Jade is single.
Oh, yeah.
Single alert!
Single and ready to
button
schmingle.
there. Yeah, I've been single for quite some time, quite a few years now. So I wrote that original song because it's my first time putting my heart really out there in a song. Because you know, when you're a performer, you're like naked in front of people.
Yes,
That's how I
exposed.
As you
feel.
feel.
I'm very much exposed. So me putting this song out there, you know, telling people how I am also incomplete. Because of course, I mean, I would also want to have someone with me. But, if it's not for me, then it's not for me. Probably that's why we have RMA. But I wrote this song. It's called Kailan Kaya. What is it in English? When? When will I have...
Okay, you can sing a little, piece. Yeah, in Tagalog,
Alright,
it's okay.
yeah, okay. Mahal, handa kong maghintay sa ilalim ng buwan at ng mga tala. Aking sinta, kailan magtatagpo? Mga pusong handa ng magmahal ng totoo.
That's beautiful, Jay.
So yeah, it talks of
I'm
like...
sorry, my friend, I don't understand anything, but she's
Yes.
waiting.
But I'm waiting. It's like me waiting under the moon. I am ready to meet someone who is equally ready.
That's right.
Hello, does the work on themselves, everyone. It's not just
So I already
everybody.
put it out there in a song, just for you guys to, be aware of.
Okay,
Because I
I'm
am
just
single.
so interested. Like, what kind of song did you grow up with?
My dad has always played Latin music.
Very nice. Hips don't lie.
Mamacita!
Exactly. I would always ask my dad, did I sing when I was a kid? Sabi niya, no, you danced to the beat of a song.
Nice.
He would play, my dad lived everywhere. He even lived in Brazil for like 2 years.
Nice.
So whenever he played music, he told me that my booty would go like this.
Yes, your popozan would
Yeah.
pa pa pa.
Is this
pa,
like
pa, pa.
Gypsy Kings? Like what?
Exactly.
I grew up with that
Oh
too.
my goodness.
Nice.
I see a gypsy. Exactly.
Okay, now I'm gonna be faster. You need to super, okay? It's okay. Morning or night?
Morning.
Pasta rice
Sorry, pasta.
or rice pasta? Heels or flats?
Sorry, heels.
The hashtag that describes you best.
Hashtag evolving.
Oh, nice one. The last music that you listened before you came to
Love.
this interview.
Keisha Cole.
Oh,
You know
nice.
that
Oh,
Keisha Khan. They
wow.
should listen to the song.
Such a nice song.
That's beautiful. So that's how we get to know Jade a little bit more.
Yes, everyone. That was a
Yes.
treat for the ears.
You.
Jade's also a treat for the eyes. So if you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Yes.
then check out the YouTube channel.
Of course. And let's again just remember everybody where we are. We are
yes.
the RMA Studio Academy.
Yay.
Owned by Jade, by the way, guys. This is the one, right? The all-in-one hub, creative hub in Asia.
Yay.
But Jade, since we're talking about loving, how do you get to love what you do, right? Do you have a message that you give to someone that is struggling right now to, not loving what exactly they're doing for a living?
I think with anything, you should try to find it in your heart to love something, a certain something in the job that you're doing. It doesn't have to be the entire thing, but yes, waking up early, preparing your coffee, getting your favorite sandwich, heading there. So, I think you just live life where you also try to explore on other things, but at the same time, keep your love for those things, but at the same time, explore on other things as well. So I think it has to be a balance of everything. So find it in your heart to like. Start with the liking. Like something about it. And then you'll eventually fall in love a little bit.
That's
with it.
so
Not
true.
fully, but you'll get there.
I think bottom line is a job that inspires you is a job,
Yeah.
worth having. Like you need to find
Yeah.
something that you get inspired, that helps you to grow, evolve.
Yeah.
Not
Life
only,
is hard,
It's
period.
very hard.
Yeah.
So
No
really
matter
need
what
to
you
look.
choose, no matter what you do,
They
just
choose your
find it in
heart. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, find it in your heart to find something you like about it.
Of course, because like Jade, in case of Jade, passion is what drove her to success.
Yeah.
If you feel yourself falling out of passion, guys,
Yeah.
it will be really hard to get somewhere.
Yeah.
So you really need to ignite that somehow. You need to find ways of igniting the passion so that you can actually get to be successful in whatever you're doing. It could be anything. It could be like use a talent of yours, inborn talent. It could be like create a business, right? That actually going to generate income for you and give you a comfortable life and enable you to do the things that you love.
Yes.
I think the fact that you can actually do that, find a way so that you can be motivated to be successful through passion.
Yeah.
It's really like the secret.
And I
Sauce.
think the happiest people are the passionate ones. You know, you see passion and love in what they do. But if they don't have anything like that, then again, like it first.
I like that. I'm open to the idea of starting to like this aspect of what I'm doing. The more you go in deep. And for me, guys, it's really a combination of both of those things. One, responsibility. Bring the joy. Use the doorway or the opening of the laptop or the activation of your screen lighting up to be the trigger that says, oh, here I am. I'm bringing the joy. I am the sauce, I'm the snack, I'm the entire meal. Second, make the plan. If you really don't like where you are, make the plan. The question I always ask myself, so I was a lawyer. I became sick from overworking. No one else knew that was my thing. And even though I gave sweat, blood and tears to the organization, I was made redundant. It was the global financial crisis. There are things that we cannot control. So then I asked myself, who do I need to become to succeed in this current environment? And we have to ask ourselves that at least every year, every birthday, every new year, every big change to continue #evolving. So who do I need to become to level up? And then you schedule those things into your diary. So from law, I pivoted into a completely different area, marketing. I got a receptionist job because I needed to keep the lights on and put food on the table. I didn't have a job anymore as a lawyer. So I got that job. I woke up 2 hours earlier, went to bed 2 hours later than usual. I called it a season of work. As a receptionist, I was doing my day thing. In my lunch break, I'd also learn a new marketing skill because I thought, I want to have all the tools in the marketing toolkit. So over the course of the next 12 weeks, I'm going to learn 12 different tools. During the week, understand how it works, the technology. On the weekend, actually implement it for someone for free. By the end of the 3 months, I got a marketing job in a time when there were no jobs going. I pitched it to the company I was working for. It was a BMW dealership. And they said, okay, we'll give you a slight pay increase and you can do 2 jobs. I was like, I'll take it, sir. I'll take it. Then within 6 months, I was working for bigger agencies. Again, I asked myself, who do I need to become to level up in this new environment? Within 4 years, global roles for sales and marketing. Global roles. I was headhunted, hiring people that were older than me. They were wondering why someone who was in their late 20s was their boss. But this is what happens when you pivot, when you understand the changing environment and you ask yourself, who do I need to become? No attachment. Oh, I was doing this before and now I have to do that.
Yeah,
No.
so true.
We get to do that. And along the way, you bring the joy. But it does mean sometimes you do stuff that's uncomfortable.
Yes, definitely. I think dedication is the bottom line. You know, once you get to dedicate yourself and actually do the job with love, even if you don't love what you're doing, but you put love into it, eventually there is no way that you're not going to end up loving it. So it is possible, guys. You know, it's not impossible. You can get to love what you do, even if that was not your original passion. Like me, for instance, I wanted to be a doctor. And then eventually I pivot into beauty queen. Oh my gosh, I didn't know how to wear. I really did, because somebody spotted me in the mall and then said I had great chances. They said I could, win this much cash prize, a car. I was 18. I said, wait a minute, car? Why not? So I ended up getting, that was my first car. And then I was not so comfortable actually what I was doing, because being a beauty queen, I need to walk in a freaking, I need to ramp by in 2-piece swimsuit. And I was not very comfortable. Growing up, I was a little bit tomboyish. I didn't know how to put makeup. I didn't know how to wear heels. My hair was always in a ponytail. And suddenly I'm all glam up. And I'm like, okay, this is different. It's not bad. I actually like it, but it's not something I'm used to. And then suddenly I see myself making some good money out of it. I said, why not? Opportunity came in. And I said, okay, maybe, even if I'm not so, sold about this, I know it's temporary, right? I know it's temporary. But if I put my heart and dedication, maybe I can actually make a good business out of it. And who knows, I might end up actually enjoying what I'm doing.
Exactly.
From that, I pivot to, becoming an actress. Now I'm hosting a podcast. I did host it. And guys, I am loving it.
Yeah.
I'm having
the
the
creation
life.
never stops.
Because I didn't know See, that's the importance of knowing what you love. I didn't know that actually my passion was not being a doctor. My passion was helping people. My passion was, being creative. And then I found myself actually now, despite that I'm not doing what I originally planned to do. Because from medical school, I went to nursing school, I went to marketing. Oh my gosh,
Wow.
I had the ride.
The whole 9 yards.
Actually, my passion was about helping people, and I want a space where I could be completely creative with no boundaries. I can just let my
Because it's
brain flow. And then here we are. Amigas podcast is born.
Exactly.
So guys,
share.
it is about choice. You need to choose. It is about dedication. It is about hard work. So yes, it is possible to love what you are doing. It is possible. Jade, thank you so much for joining us in this podcast.
I truly enjoyed our time
Oh, we
today.
had a great time. You're such a
guys are
delight. And you get to learn so much about
I got a
Jade.
free show. I had
And
fun.
oh my gosh, by the way, the Grab guy is coming with my crowns.
They're on their way.
But I'm no
I'll get
longer.
my certificates.
Next time, I'm just gonna put the certificates
I'm
there,
gonna move
put my
RMA.
crowns
I'm
there.
gonna put all the things. Gonna hang
And
the crowns
RMA in
up.
the middle, huh?
All the sashes.
All the sachets. We're gonna do it all. But guys, thank you so much for joining this podcast. It was a delight. Thank you so much, Jade
Thank you
Riccio.
for having
Thank you so much
me.
to RMA Studios Academy for hosting, for being the home of Amigas podcast. Thank you so much, Jade. Do you
Thank
want to
you,
promote
Jade.
maybe the page of the studio or the IG
Thank you so
account?
much, first of all, for coming here and choosing this as your space to be shooting in your very first podcast. So I'm very
Yes.
grateful, and I'm very honored that you guys are here to be surrounded by beautiful ladies here at the
Thank
studio.
you. Thank
So
you.
yeah, please follow us in our social media accounts, RMA Studio Academy. So that goes to all our social media platforms. Thank
There,
you.
that's great. And please don't forget to go. We have our own YouTube channel, guys, Amigas Podcast PH, as well as the Facebook page, Amigas Podcast PH. Please do go follow and subscribe. We also have Amigas Podcast on Spotify and also in Apple Podcast. Don't forget to go there, and please do support our platform. And this is a platform, a community where you can come, just talk with your best friend, with your amigas about anything under the sun.
And if there's something you want to know about, leave us a comment. We can include it in our show.
Definitely.
And also, please, if you love this episode, give us a rating. Share it with a friend. Spread the joy.
Exactly. And see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.